Hey, thank you for clicking this video. Just a friendly reminder, this is a clip from my previous live stream. And if you want to catch me live in action so you can join the conversation, just remember I live stream Sunday through Friday. That's 6:30 p.m. Mountain Time. And I'm going to post the time right here because I know some people don't want to Google. So nevertheless, go ahead and enjoy this video. So when it comes to the government reopening, we had this 40-something day saga of the government shutdown. Real people were hurting on both sides of the dispute or the shutdown here. And it was real consequences happening to people's lives. Let's not forget that. And some of the arguments I'm hearing from liberals is, people are already suffering. Why are you making them suffer more? And here is, long story short, heed this. Please understand. Trump and this administration will find ways to hurt people. If not now, tomorrow, next week, next month. We have 3 more years of this. Trust me. Trump is already denying judge courts or judges' rulings, our constitutional rights. He doesn't care. So if he wants to find a way to hurt the American people, trust me, he doesn't need a shutdown to do it. That's a guarantee. Now, when it comes to standing on business, something that these liberals, the hateful eight, I guess that's the name for these 8 people, okay? Something that these people, these liberals, seem to not understand. When you are standing on principle, integrity, business, it's not 40 days to prove it. Okay, I got some historical context to compare this to. But when you are in a position of power and you have people depending on you, on your leadership, you have to sacrifice. Yes, I know people weren't receiving their SNAP benefits. Trump found ways to make sure people didn't receive them. But there were some states like myself, like in Colorado, that found workarounds. Be creative. But one thing you can't do is cave in. And like I'm about to read to you, nothing that America has accomplished, which black folks had a large part of it, nothing that was accomplished throughout American history came by a 40-day sit-in or a 40-day protest or whatever the case is. No, blood, sweat, and tears. Months and months and months, sometimes years to get something accomplished. But when you have no backbone, when you're lukewarm, when you're a coward or a traitor, you don't understand this. So here's a few examples. The Montgomery bus boycott, 1955 to 1956. Leaders like Rosa Parks, Martin Luther King Jr., E.D. Nixon. Black citizens refused to ride city buses for 381 days. And back then, it wasn't like you could just call an Uber. You can call a Lyft. No, get a little scooter and just no. They refused. They held each other accountable and refused to ride the bus for 381 days. That's a year and some change. And we sit here crying about 40 days? Come on now. The impact. The Supreme Court declared bus segregation unconstitutional, launching the modern civil rights movement. Sometimes you got to get your weight up. Get your weight up. In Greensboro, sit-in, 1960, February 1st, all the way to July 25th. So a few months here. 4 black college students sat at a segregated Woolworth's lunch center in North Carolina. Ended when Woolworth officially desegregated its lunch counter. It took about 5 months, around 175 days. The protest spread to over 55 cities in 13 states during that period. Once again, get your weight up. Last but not least, Selma to Montgomery March, 1965. Bloody Sunday is when marchers were brutally attacked on the Ensmond Pizzas Bridge. Hopefully I'm pronouncing that right. It ended in March 25th, 1965, when more than 25,000 people successfully completed the 54-mile march to Montgomery. It took about 3 weeks. And the national outrage over the attacks led President Johnson to introduce the Voting Rights Act within days. It took blood, literally blood, sweat, and tears to accomplish something. Hey, you already know what I'm about to say. Get your damn weight up. If you standing on business, you gonna stand on it regardless. Can't nobody knock you off. But unfortunately, that's not what our Democratic Party is all about. Now, let's go ahead and hear this debate between Don Lemon and Monique Presley. Okay, let's hear this conversation. And let's see Mr. Don Lemon spit facts.
So then, this. It sounds to me like what you're saying is that Donald Trump is a king, that he's a dictator, that Democrat.
So let me put this in context. Once again, go to Don Lemon's page if you want to watch the entire conversation. But for the first 11 minutes of this, she is defending the Democrats who gave in, who caved in. She's defending it, saying, hey, there was really nothing to win. Trump is bad. He wanted to do this. He wanted to fire people. So we had to stop it and blah, blah. So she's defending it. Nevertheless,
Democrats cannot negotiate with them. Not only there's no negotiating, there's no nothing. It's just all you have to do. You have to bend the knee. You have to do what the media companies are doing. You have to do what the politicians are doing. And so there's no way that Democrats are ever going to win with Donald Trump.
That's the opposite of what I'm saying. It's obvious we're going to win.
There's no way the country is ever going to win.
Well, the country won last Tuesday. That's the opposite of what I'm saying.
Yeah, but
we have the power of the vote. And we have the power of the pocket. If you want to win with those people, you got to have things on the line that they care about. They care about the money.
Yeah.
Everything begins and ends with, they do not care about humans. And so when you have Democrats who care about human beings, like if you died or I died tomorrow, every member of the Democratic Party would be like, oh, and Don Lemon contributed and Monique contributed and we're thankful for their whatever and whatever. And that asshole in the White House would be like, they never liked me anyway.
Yeah.
So when you have that kind of divide, where you have lawless people who don't give a damn about anybody but a very small group of powerful people with means, and they have that kind of agenda, then you got to get what you can. And that's what I believe this hostage negotiation was. We had federal workers, millions of them.
People are tired of getting what they can. I think the Democrats need some of that, I don't say lawlessness, but they need some of that where, you know, the Republicans were banking on Democrats to do exactly what they did, saying, you know, people are losing pay and it's not going to, because Democrats have their heart, they have compassion. I understand that, but you have to have some people, hang on one second, you and I can have compassion, right? The folks watching can have compassion. I don't necessarily want my leaders to have compassion. I want my leaders to fucking win.
Hey, bars, straight, unfiltered, heavy for you to carry bars. I mean, greater than 24 karat gold bars itself. I wouldn't trade what he said for your money in your pocket. That right there was powerful. And I need you to understand. And she's not wrong in the sense of the Democratic Party ish. I wouldn't say all of them, but for the most part, they care about people, which is good. But you need to understand, if you really have that care for people, you will put it all on the line. You will damn near break the law, if not break the law, to get things accomplished for you and your people. Like I just read to you, history will tell you how to do this. Black folks, we already accomplished a lot of this going against government. We've already been here. Not specifically, here, but we've challenged our governments plenty of times. And you have to be willing to lay it all down on the line. You can't hold nothing back. That's how you get things done. And like she said, you got to fight for what you can. No, I'm fighting for everything. I'm not going to fight for breadcrumbs no more. I don't want a bite of the hamburger no more. I want the whole number 9. I want the Big Mac and the fries and a diet soda with the toy. I'm not compromising for more bites anymore. But unfortunately, we don't have leadership like that. They're doing exactly what she said. Oh, well, we just got to just fight for what we can. Can you imagine if Martin Luther King said something stupid like that? Can you imagine if someone like Malcolm X said something stupid like that? Or Huey P. Newton or Fred Hampton or Bobby Seale said something ignorant like that? Guys, hey, put the guns down. We got to fight for what we can. No. Guess what? 9 times out of 10, our black asses is still being changed right now. We need leaders to fight for everything, not breadcrumbs. And if you don't understand that, get out the way and let the real ones come through. If you don't have the spine, the upright, if that's not you, if that's not in your character, get the hell out the way. You are in the way of progression, of progress. Go sit on the sideline. Get some pom-poms. Be a cheerleader for the real leaders. Be a cheerleader for the real leaders. That might be on a shirt. Be the water boy. Tell her, whoever she is, I'm pretty sure she's a smart, educated person, but she could be the water boy if she ain't willing to put it all down on the line. Hey, I'm just saying, we real aggressive progressives over here. We don't play that compromising stuff over here.
I don't care if and I want them to win by, like Malcolm X says, by any means necessary. And so, as I said in the open of the show, it took decades for the civil rights movement to pass. And it wasn't just 40 days. And I know people are suffering, but there are things that we can do to help people, especially Democrats can find things to do to help people.
Were we?
That's the point. But that's my point. We should be. Democrats should be.
You can't pay federal government workers. It's illegal.
No. I don't care if it's illegal. Trump doesn't care if things are illegal. Do you not understand this already? Trump doesn't care. So we don't need a party that's in here like, we have rules. We have policies. I know Trump is the big bad wolf, but we got to follow the rules, guys. No, get out my way. If you don't know how to get it done, watch me do it. Let me in, coach. Just like Colorado and other states, they paid EBT benefits. They found a workaround around it. Trust me, if there's a will, there's damn sure is a way. So what are we talking about here? Once again, this sounds like a defeated mindset, and I am tired of hearing people come up with excuses. Why Trump is literally not even giving excuses for the crazy, hateful things that he's doing. He doesn't care about excuses. So why is the Democratic Party coming up with every excuse in the book? I'm sorry. If that's what you're about, get out the damn way. Sorry if that hurts your feelings, but we ain't got time for your feelings right now.
The point. We should be. Democrats should be.
You can't pay federal government workers. It's illegal.
Yeah, but you can't pay federal workers, but you can sponsor a family. You can help. You can do something. Someone can help to find a job for someone. I don't know exactly what you can do.
They were hostages. And I think that the cowering of the shoulders with people are suffering needs to be people are suffering.
Yes, but can we not have every time Democrats go, oh, wow, my God.
They work for those people.
What do you mean they work for those people?
The people who were suffering, they represent
No, I understand
them.
that. You're missing what I'm saying. You have to have some people that have compassion, but I want the leaders, I want the leader, whoever is in charge of the Democratic Party and whoever is in charge of the Democratic Party in the Congress and in the Senate, I want them to be fucking ball busters. I want them to tell Donald Trump, I am not blinking, motherfucker, until you give us what we want, and we're not going to settle for the crumbs. I'm sorry, that's what I want from them, and that's what the American people want right now.
Hey, can we give a round of applause? Hey. Once again, Mr. Don motherfucking Lemon in the building. This is what I want to see from now on. This is the Don Lemon I want to see. I don't want to see no, hey, can we all get along? We need to work across the aisle. Like, I don't want to hear that. I do not want to hear that. No, we're done with that. We done tried that before. When Trump got into office, we done tried the, hey, let's try to work with it. Let's see what he's all about. We done seen it. We done seen their true colors. They don't care about you, so guess what? Ain't no bygones be bygones. That simple. And once again, if you don't agree with that, if this is too difficult for you to understand, if you can't get your hands dirty, if you don't have the steel-toe boots to get in and get messy, get out the way. Let the ones who are equipped get into the fight. But I ain't got no time for the, oh man, it's illegal. Guys, guess what? We can't do this. It's illegal. That's a coward. And guess what? I ain't surrounding myself with cowards. Get out of my way.
100 people, and 80 of them are starving. And what I'm doing is saying, fuck you, Donald Trump. I am not representing the 80 people.
No,
I am
that's simplifying
failing.
it, though.
It's not. It is real simple. You don't represent America as a representative. You don't represent America as a senator. You represent your constituency, your state, or your district, and you are obligated.
I feel like if we had that mindset during the civil rights movement, when people were losing their jobs, when people were being hanged and brutalized and beaten, and dogs were being sicked on them, and hoses were being turned on them, if we had done that, we wouldn't be here right now, even in this moment, to be able to fight back against this.
And I think that we still have every opportunity to be the wealthier, smarter if we can, civil rights movement. We have the opportunity, but every time you say that, and I heard you when I was listening ahead of time, and when you go back and look at the history, it wasn't members of Congress who were doing that.
Right.
They have a job to legislate. We in the streets gave power to the seats so that we could get the legislation.
Nope. Hey, guess what? You are wrong, because once again, I covered this. I covered this exact conversation months ago. And if I really need to find it for you, I'll find it. But at the end of the day, the people we vote for to represent us, guess what their number one job is to do? Guess what their number one job is to do? Listen. Listen to what we're telling you. You listen and you do. You listen to us and you act. We are your bosses. When we say jump, you better say how high, sir. How high, ma'am? You don't make the decisions for me. That's not how that works. This is transactional. I vote for you, now you work for me. So if I tell you I need you to go in there and fight, that's what I need you to do. I need you to tape up them knuckles, put your hair back, and get in there and fight. Not sit here and act like a sissy and cower down. Oh, man, we can't break the rules, man. Oh, man, we can't. No, that's not what I put you in there.
Now you're getting at what I'm talking.
Hey, you guys ain't ready. Hey, everybody in the chat right now. Hey, you guys ain't ready. I'm just saying. You guys ain't ready.
But you needed the folks who are in those positions to have a backbone, and then those of us who are in the streets can do what we can to help all of those people.
They didn't have a backbone, Don. They had votes.
Okay.
And so we
don't have the votes because they don't have a backbone. They haven't had a backbone.
That's not why. That's not why at all.
Okay, go on.
Listen, because we got ACA because of votes. Barely. But it was because of votes, right? We got the Voting Rights Act because of vote. We got the Civil Rights Act because of votes. We got what I hope will come back to us, rights to women's bodies and rights to fair wages because of executive action and because of votes. In the streets is where the movement is. And if people want to say, we're not buying anything for Thanksgiving, it's coming. Get ready, economy.
I agree with that.
We're not buying anything for Christmas, it's coming. If we're going to be boycotting because that's how we show our power, then what that does is make for the type of movement on the home. But I need my legislators to
No. Sorry once again. No. Martin Luther King wasn't like, hey, let's let's do the Million Man March on Christmas. We'll show them how we really feel. No. Can you imagine if the bus boycott was only on a holiday, and it was like, all right, guys, we did it on Thanksgiving. I guess we can ride the bus, right after. No, Trump doesn't care about that. This administration doesn't care about that. That might hurt Target. That might hurt some of these other businesses, but that's not going to hurt this regime. It's not going to hurt them. They don't care about you. Trump and his bunnies done made millions, if not billions of dollars. You think they care about you not buying a turkey for Thanksgiving? What is going on here? Like, is this world nothing but a bunch of cowards? Where's my leaders at? Anybody, any of them in the chat? Where the leaders at? Where the fighters at? I just see a bunch of people making excuses.
pass laws. I don't need them to be screwing over their own constituents to make a point. When you look at the federal workforce and you see how that is one of the ways that black people came to own land, that is the way we got educations, that is the way we built generational wealth, which we're now losing and losing and losing, then you know why white supremacists, like who's running OMB right now, want to kill the federal workforce. Because that's how you get over 300,000 black women without jobs. And that's not just about we don't like black women. That is about we are targeting black economy. We are targeting black wealth. We are targeting black middle class. That is what this represents. Russell Vogt said point blank, I want to cause as much trauma to federal employees as possible so that they do not want to work. That's what he said. And that's exactly what's happening. I don't want to be on the side of helping that.
So then what do you do? What do you do? You give in? You do what you, yes, massa. Right away, massa. Yeah, sure. I'll be the best helper you can get. No. If they want to hurt you, they're going to do it regardless. If you're complicit or not. They're not looking for workers. If they want to cause harm on you, they're going to do it. And guess what? I'm not going to be attacked on my knees. No. You want to defeat me? Hey, guess what? I'm 10 toes. I'm right here. But this whole like, oh no, they're going to hurt us. Oh, they're going to hurt us. So we got to kind of got to fit in. No, that's not how that works. Now, I'm going to end with this. One of my favorite movies, 1993, Demolition Man. After the police in a peaceful future realized they can't handle the violent criminal, Simon Phoenix, which was played by Wesley Snipes, one of my favorite actors. Spartan, a frozen cop from the past, is thawed out to stop him, which is Sylvester Stallone. And he said the most iconic phrase ever. And it still plays in my mind, even as a little kid. I remembered this. This is why it's in my notes now. He said, send a maniac to catch one. Send a maniac to catch another maniac. With this regime that we have, with this hateful, bigoted, evil person, we don't need sunshines and rainbows type of politician. We don't need the, hey, can't we all just get along, kumbaya type of person? No, we don't need that. Unfortunately, I'm sorry. We need a fighter. We need someone who can strategize. We need someone who can mobilize. We need someone who can get things done by any means necessary. That's who we need. Fight fire with fire, not fire with roses and sunshines and rainbows. I'm sorry. It's not going to work. You're going to lose. And if that's what you're about, once again, I done said it plenty of times in this video, get out the way.
Yeah,
that's it.
See how you do under pressure. Yeah, I've been wanting this shit forever. I've been in the field with whatever they throw at me. Brush it off, pick myself up, moving on to the better. Okay. Hey. Yeah. Ain't no errors, baby, it's a new era. I wake up early, feeling rich like I'm Kesha. I get to the paper, boy. Extra, extra.